Hallo? 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 So leise. Hallo? Hallo? Sehr, sehr leise. So leise. Hallo? Hallo? Sehr, sehr leise. So leise. Hallo? Warum ist das so leise? Mist, sehr, sehr leise. So leise. Warum muss ich so nah sein? Warte. Ah. 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 Warum ist das so leise? Mist, sehr, sehr leise. Ah. So leise. Warum muss ich so nah sein? Warte. Ah. 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 Warum ist das so leise? Mist, sehr, sehr leise. Ah. Warum muss ich so nah sein? Warte. Ah. 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 Warum ist das so leise? Mist, Mist. Ah. Warum muss ich so nah sein? Warte. Ah. Ah. So sensibel. Ah. Ah. Warum ist das so leise? Dafür können die Kinder hören, ha? Ah. Warum muss ich so nah sein? Warte. Ah. Ah. So sensibel. Ah. Ah. Warum ist das so leise? Dafür können die Kinder hören, ha? Ah. Warum muss ich so nah sein? Warte. Ah. Ah. So sensibel. Ach, egal. Ah. Yeah, it's been a minute. Whatever. Well, I got a mic now, but it seems like it doesn't work as well as I want it to work. I think it's pretty quiet right now. There are probably some settings that I can do later on, but I just do what I can for now. I'm still at a spot where I'm unable to enjoy drawing. I don't think anyone knows it. Ooh, nearly toppled my mic. Let me just. Okay. This is almost like ASMR-ish, like the closer I get. Okay, this is cringe. Yeah, about drawing. I'm unsure what I'm doing right now. Just looking for a reference. I've been doing for like since Christmas. I've been drawing just different doodles on a single animation file. Hold on, let me show you. If it stops bugging. Jesus. I mean, with OBS, Arc browser, and other stuff, I suppose it makes sense as to why it's lagging like this. Oh man, it's awful. Okay. Actually, I was inspired to boot up my stream again because I saw somebody in my class who streams from time to time, and he never told me, and I found out like this. Like, not sure how I found out, but we just ended up in the conversation. He even told me to subscribe to his channel with the notification bell on and stuff. And I respect it, and obviously I did it. But it did remind me of my own stream. The last time I streamed, well, this stream on YouTube, the last one was like in August, but I tried streaming on Twitch, I think. Yeah, on Twitch. And the last time I streamed was, I saw on the 50th of September 2020, well, 2025. It was the anniversary of Undertale, actually, funny enough. And that's where I stopped. And I suppose I'm returning to YouTube because I actually wanted to keep my VODs. Because on Twitch you'd have to record them yourself. And you can't keep them on your channel. They just stay there temporarily, which sucks. And I had 5 followers. I had one, well, some of them were probably bots, but there was one guy, well, a couple people that posted up, who pulled up, who appeared in my chat, and I had some conversations with them, which was really fun. But they obviously and most likely forgot about me, which I can't blame them for. Okay, I barely started, I'm already off topic. About drawing. I'm in a pickle right now. It's so complicated to deal with this. I'm not sure where it's going to head to. I have yet to play Human Key, by the way. Maybe I should play it on stream. I suppose I could also use this, well, the Do to Live Again. Yeah, that's how it's called. The Do to Live Again series that I'm doing right now serves to me as a it serves to me as a inspiration, like something that motivates me to draw again, but without any limits. Just draw, no matter how it looks, no matter what I feel about it, what comes to mind, and just let myself be, Sound like goddamn Kaiser Nerd saying this, but I hope you get it. And yeah, that's pretty much what I want to do. And maybe if I motivate myself to stream, it will help me some way or another. God, this is so quiet. This is minus 30 decibels. Oh my god, yeah, the music is way louder than my audio track. Well, my input than my output. I'm not sure what to do. I don't think you could hear me, but, well, I even lowered the volume bar on YouTube for the Human Key music. Okay, I need to find some references. Usually what I do is I just hop on the Internet Archive or any other like place where I could find references, and I just find something that inspires me one way or another, and then I redraw it. And yeah, since the title of this stream is inspiration. Am I? Oh, never mind. Since the title of this stream is inspiration, I would love to talk about it. Because it appears to me that inspiration, when you're online, is like something that is aspired, like that people aspire, that people constantly talk about, but they never actually define it. So what is inspiration? From my understandings, it's essentially pulling you. It's not really emulating, but I suppose taking things from several things that pique your interest. That I'm trying so hard not to use the word inspired to define the word inspiration, but it's essentially something that piques your interest, in which you see certain aspects that you use in your own work. So when you, I don't know, if you made like a fighting, no, I'd love to do something else, but it's essentially like, okay, you know a certain movie, and there's a certain scene that might be a bit iconic, let's say. Like there's a movie that you really like, and then you watch another movie which was inspired by the previous movie, and you see that iconic scene being redone in the proper context, in which it makes sense. Then you go, oh, hey, this reminds me of X, Y, and Z. But the thing in inspiration is that once you use it in your own work, it pulls strings from the old work, but it's turned to something else, you know? It has a base, like the base is there, just what you do with the base that is important. But that's at least how I see inspiration. This is how I think it works. I mean, this is what I've learned. This is what makes sense to me. That's just how it's supposed to be, in my opinion. Which is why sometimes when I see artists who get inspired by, hold on, I'm still looking for the reference. It's kind of hard to talk and look for something interesting at the same time. I'm on a N64/Dreamcast gaming magazine. Anyway, where was I again? When I see artists, like music artists, that sample a song, like this is the perfect example. Sampling has always been pulling things from other songs and turning them to your own songs. So I can imagine that back then it wasn't the most innovative thing. I mean, like making a beat based off a sample. The sample is just the entire song. But I feel like right now we've come to a point where when you make a sample, I mean, it is a given that it's supposed to be more expressive and creative. I have nothing that inspires me right now. Sorry. I'll just do it at my own pace. But yeah, it's a given that you should, well, you're not obligated to, but I mean, it's kind of understood that you make something interesting out of that sample. Like you scratch the beat, or you chop it up. I don't know all the producing terms and stuff, but it's like so unfortunate sometimes seeing what people make out of songs. It's like was it the Coil Ray song? And girls are players too, a song. I mean, yeah, empowering and stuff, but I mean, I like the message, it's cool and stuff, but I mean, you can do more, man. Who was the producer of this song? And I found that so disappointing, because I remember that song ended up being like a trend and stuff, and it's like, you guys know that's just that one. Was it Ice Cube? Like, it was one of the early rap artists' songs. I have the song in my head, and I always used to hear it in GTA San Andreas, but yeah, I just forgot what it's called, who it was made by. Still, God, okay, I'm going through fanzines, just trying to find anything. Okay, Lydia Lynn Lunch. No, I'm not gonna talk to her about her today. I have some things to say about her and the punk scene in general. But yeah, when it comes to music artists, like really, oh, Swiss punk, interesting. It's so bothersome seeing musical artists using inspiration in the laziest way possible, because you even have inspiration from people who have innovated in the way you can sample a song, you know? And let me just think for a bit. Hold on. I'm trying to think about something because I might contradict myself, but when I create something, I always have this underlying feeling of thinking that I have to be completely flawless. Everything that I make has to be flawless. That's where my perfectionism, that's where my perfectionism stems from. And one thing that I can notice in animation is that I have the skills. I have a very high potential. I can see it. I'm really good. Like, really. However, whenever I get to a point where I don't know what to do anymore, I hit a plateau. I don't know how to get better. And I see others making stuff like choreographies and whatnot. Maybe I need a better reference. I see people making choreography, like fighting choreography. Oh, nice. I see people making things like choreographies, fighting choreographies, dancing choreographies, crazy parkour stuff, jumping left and right, going crazy, you know? And I'm thinking, where do they get these ideas from? Like, it can't just be storyboarding. And even if you did storyboard, what kind of poses did you find to even depict something like this? And I have this fear whenever I make an animation and I have no clue what to do. I never go out of my way to use any references whatsoever, because I have this fear of thinking that I'll just how do I say this? I just plagiarize another person's work. Because it's not like my work is like studio stuff. I'm not going to submit my work to, I don't know, like, yeah, like some studio. It's just me on my Twitter account posting stuff. And yet every time, like up to the point where I just stopped posting, every time I tried, I don't know, trying to reach higher highs, I just stopped myself. Sometimes I did even try to just completely replicate certain animation sequences or just little cuts, and I just wouldn't. I just simply wouldn't, because I would not only have the thought of trying of thinking that I just plagiarize another person, but I would also, well, this is like that mindset backs up another mindset, which is that I'm thinking, yeah, maybe I'm not on that level yet, and even if I make it, it's just gonna look awful, and I'll just stop halfway through, and there's no point in making it anyway. So I just stop. I don't do anything, and then yeah, just nothing happens, because it's this fear also of getting judged. And I think that's where this animation, where this Doodle to Live Again series comes through. Because looking back, I've done so many. I didn't think I would go this far. I've also made some. I've made like 22 now. This is my 23rd today. And I don't think that it's going to, well, there are some that I made in my personal notebooks that I could share one way or another. Oh yeah, they are on Threads. Yeah, this is a series that is probably the most experimental thing I've ever done, because it's pretty much just like my sketchbook. Yeah, it's actually just a sketchbook. I don't know why I'm trying to act like it's something innovative, but in a way, well, the notice is, well, the way I'm progressing is very slow. I mean, I'm at the 22nd one, and I only noticed recently how it changed my relation to drawing. I'm not joking. Whenever I'm not really on a mindset of genuinely giving up, but at the same time I can't get myself to draw again. So I'm so conflicted right now, because there's nothing, because I have my community. I would love to just have something available to post and to share to others. Like there was this passion that I felt. It made me feel alive in a certain way. But at the same time, like there's nothing, like this fun has been gone. This feeling of passion, of belonging to something, having something like drawing, essentially, I wouldn't say dictate my life, but something that I couldn't live without, and being in a position where you're essentially living without it, and you don't know what you can gravitate towards. It's pretty rough. Especially during the holidays. It was during Christmas. I thought it was during Christmas where I started, and the holidays were rough because it was pretty cold. I got sick. I had essentially nothing to do. I had a lot of assignments to do, and every time I tried to sit down, do something, I just couldn't get anything done. It was really, really rough. And I had relatives around, my siblings and stuff, so I didn't really have full freedom to do whatever I want without feeling kind of embarrassed. So yeah, I think I would love this doodle more if it didn't look like some SoundCloud rappers album cover. It's like when they take like Nickelodeon characters and put a lot of face tats on them. It's kind of I should stop saying cringe, but yeah. Now on one hand, this is a personal battle that I have to fight. I have to, like, I'm I'm on a road of trying to find what I truly enjoy in drawing and in animation. And at the same time, I feel like what I'm doing right now is also a way to denounce the, I guess, how would I describe this? Um, like the online scape, the online communities that preach stuff like, yeah, find inspiration. Well, that are hypocritically adamant towards the creations of people, of the creation of what people, well, the things that people make. Because you could have something heavily inspired, you post it, and people will slander you, no matter what. And I see people. Well, I have my own opinions towards what I'm going to say, but I see people complaining because artists always use the same references because they only have a scope that goes up to Pinterest and nothing else. And while it also bothers me to constantly see the same references being used for people's drawings, like the same models, the same magazines, that magazine scans that you see on Pinterest, the same people, the same poses, and all that stuff. While that's something that bothers me personally, these kinds of things always get amplified to the max whenever you're online. Because it's like, yeah, I don't like it, but you don't have to attack a person for it, you know? I think it's wild. It's so insane. So no wonder I had this. It wasn't really fear on my end. It was more so an unrealistic standard that I uphold on myself. And I guess I suppose you could argue that um it was fear, but still it's so, I don't know, it's pretty toxic because if you're someone like me who's been posting art since I was 13, and I had to delete some accounts. So I delete some accounts over time. So, you know, while there was that, yeah, I mean, as somebody, yeah, I'm trying to rethink about what I actually want to say. Um, I'm I've been posting since 13. I've always had these goals like, oh, I would love to have 10K on my account. I'm making drawings that are so good. Why are people who have less, like, who are worse than me, have way more followers than I do, stuff? And I don't know, like, you have all these expectations that you uphold, and then you get to a point where you unconsciously draw for an audience that doesn't even exist. Well, now I have one that I haven't posted to in a while. Granted, it makes me kind of sad right now. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. Let me just draw something simple. I don't need to draw anything insane all the time. I'm doing the Peter Hahn exercise that Shia Kruger on Twitter recommended to me and, well, the Discord server basically. Um, yeah. So when it comes to art, drawing, illustration, draftsmanship, it's the absolute worst. It's really the absolute worst. Like, I think I recommend, I mean, for people like me, maybe, people with perfectionism, that is to say, I recommend to them that they should not go on. Oh my god, this song is so repetitive. I love it, but Jesus Christ. um, I think they should just abstain from going on social media. Well, I am still on social media, but I'm not actually engaging with my. This is a bit depressing. Hold on. I encourage people to not go on their respective platforms and seeing all their mutuals posting all these insane drawings and stuff. Because, okay, the reality is they still post. Sometimes they don't post, but sometimes we don't even notice it. So we have this idea that they still post constantly and they draw and they always have projects going on in the background. But it makes me wonder, what do they sacrifice to do this? Is it their social life? Is it the inevitable, the amount of breaks that they sacrifice, that they don't take, which leads them to an inevitable burnout that is going to hit them hard as hell? You know, there are all these factors that we just don't consider. Because the reality is, whenever we see a post of people that make really insane stuff, we only stay for a bit. We feel whatever we feel, may it be admiration, jealousy, envy, shame, you know, and then we move on, and we just interiorize these feelings. This is the most complex. Why did I make this form so annoying? But yeah. By the way, I'm using a controller to draw. Shout out to Nove on Twitter. He really put me on with the method. I don't remember what I wanted to get into. Jesus, see, even right now I'm trying to be too perfectionistic. However you say that. I forgot what I wanted to say. I guess it comes back to, well, the main point was that I encourage people to abstain from using their social media platforms, I suppose. Their main social media platforms in which they have an active audience that are looking forward to what you're gonna post. And I think on Twitter it's a bit intimidating, because you have a community that is mostly an animation community, but it's also but actually it's pretty welcoming and nice. And I have no idea how to do this form. They're welcoming, but it also makes you feel like you also have to you have to contribute in one way or another. Well, through animations. And frankly, well, and that's the intimidating thing about it. When it comes to YouTube, it's like all people that I don't know how to say it, but the only thing that people want to see is your animation, the end result. There's no discussion. There's nothing. I tried discussion, but nobody cared. And what's crazy is that my audience is the biggest on YouTube. I really hit 35,000. I'm like 35.5 right now. It's pretty crazy. It's still rising, even though I haven't posted in like 6 months or something. And my apologies, but I'm not posting anytime soon. I would love to, but realistically speaking, I cannot. That being said, speaking of that, I really want to make, well, really is a strong word, but I want to see Sakuga Test 3 on my channel uploaded. At this point, even though I'm heavily relying on this project, I want to say that I don't care about how many views it's gonna make, but at the same time I do, because I'm kind of broke right now. And yeah, I mean, at the same time, I think it's gonna make me feel more I'm gonna have more satisfaction in having this project done that I've been wanting to do since last year, that I had to ditch, since I had to focus on school stuff more. And I think right now I'm in a point where I'm trying to balance the things that I have to do on a day by day basis. And once I get more focused and concentrated in the things I have to do in order to finish them as quick as possible, I will finally be able to get to make what I want to make. I've been gone for too long. Methinks. I wonder if people have forgotten about me. Probably not. To be honest, I'm not sure actually. I don't know. But they should know that I don't enjoy drawing as much anymore, since I've publicly said it. And a lot of people were upset because I did say, I just put a tweet out saying, yeah, I don't like drawing anymore. Then I didn't draw for a couple months. Then I came back, posted I don't like you anymore. And everyone was there. I was surprised. Like it's like they miss me. It's crazy. To be fair, I did curate a small but pretty nice community. Not a community led by me per se, but that's not my point, obviously. But it's more so like a community that I'm included in, and I love it. So many talented people, so many people to draw inspiration from, animators that work professionally, that are here to that I can technically just communicate with casually. I have YenBM/Chris following me on Instagram, and it was only a few days or weeks, I'm not sure anymore, but it was only a few days ago, let's say, that I noticed that he liked my last animation, the Silksong one. And that was crazy. I didn't know. Like they are, that's wild. I don't know. But yeah, speaking of Instagram, I think I really want to use this platform a bit more. I want to subvert the expectations of what it's like to post on Instagram. Because now, okay, for animation, I feel like, well, I don't know. I'm not sure actually, because I have always had this perception that you have to post something finished, donezo, to to have something interesting to post on your feed. I think I'm just gonna draw. Yeah, I'm just gonna use it like I use my Twitter. Maybe less yaps. Maybe on my stories. Especially considering I have people from my school following me, unfortunately. But maybe I'm gonna use it for a few yaps on my. I'm gonna use my story for a few yaps, just hot takes and my opinions about the current animation landscape and stuff. And I also I have a lot of opinions right now, especially concerning the things that Wedding Jung said in an interview, which was pretty interesting. Um, and yeah, and I guess my reels, my feed and stuff, I'm just gonna use it as my usual animation dump or my sketch dump. It's interesting because I have a lot of stuff to post now, but I just don't post them because I feel like I have this. I have this I'm putting on this expectation. My fault. Sorry. I'm putting on this expectation that when I come back, since I have been gone for so long, I have to come back with an absolute banger. Like, and I'm obligated to do so because I don't want to disappoint people with coming with just reappearing left without anything in my hands. Um, Even though right now I have like 22 sketches that I have made. Doodles rather, but whatever. Um, 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 so yeah, I mean, the point is that I could technically post, but simultaneously I am kind of scared of posting, because I'm still I'm still putting this stupid expectation on myself. And granted, it is kind of dumb. It is pretty dumb. It's just Instagram. But at the same time, I also have my community. That's the thing. Well, it's smaller on Instagram. I have like what 500 followers compared to how much was it? 5,000 on Twitter and 35,000 on YouTube. So I'm still upholding this expectation of coming with a banger. And besides, I haven't even made an animation in a good while. The last one was like what 2-3 weeks ago. There's some guy running. Crazy. Like yeah, that was actually my last animation. And the one before was in September. That's how hard it has been hitting me. And it's so wild because I had the idea to get into making a project in November, but it never left my head. There was nothing that's conceptualized or anything. Even now, I haven't done any concept art, any. Yeah, I haven't done much. The only thing I've done is some sort of mood board. I just searched through Sakugaboru, trying to find something that could inspire me, like inspire my animation, without the fear of thinking that I'm plagiarizing somebody. So I downloaded a bunch of animations that I found on Sakugaboru, also on Twitter, that I saved on one of my Google Docs. I assembled them, put them in a folder, just picked a couple cuts that could really look interesting for my animation in order to draw inspiration from them. I just outright, like, the sampling example, the coil array sampling example. But yeah, that's it. That's all I did for now. I think I did that last weekend, and I planned for. Yeah. I think it was last weekend. I'm not sure, but yeah. And kind of tired. I didn't even do much. I wanted to say something, I forgot. That's yeah. I'm advancing at a very slow pace. Even like today, yeah, I planned to make an animation, not even trying to start the project itself, but maybe just make a small animation maybe like some kind of concept test animation, like pencil tests. And it felt so difficult because I went to sleep around like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. Yeah, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. ish, listening to OST. And uh, um, what is that to say? Yeah, I mean, I, yeah, I was pretty tired in the morning. Took something to eat, took a shower and stuff. And then I was in my room, and I was just posted up. I was just there. I was doing my laundry, and I thought, okay, I have my to-do list now. I have my notebooks in which I can write something down, which I did in one of them. And when I was done, I was just there laying on my bed and was like, I was also playing Fantasy 6, and I was looking at my desk with my computer and my tablet laying on them, basically ready to be used. And I just couldn't get up. I really couldn't get up. I was just looking at it and thinking, I'm not able to do this. I can't do this. It's just an awful feeling, because I try think like I'm trying to tell myself anything like, oh, it's better than nothing. It's probably not as bad as you think it is, and not a single muscle is budging. So I just took a nap, and then I just contemplated, had a couple bad thoughts still. Did my second batch of laundry, threw out the trash. And once I was done, I was thinking of um I was thinking of playing Final Fantasy again. But then I saw, yeah, and then I just saw the PC. My laptop. I sat down, I hopped on Twitter, and I just booted this up again. God, this is ugly. Doesn't matter if it's ugly. And yeah, I'm taking my sweet time making this, by the way. No good. My sweet, sweet time. Yeah, I'm in a very difficult situation. It's funny because I'm about to do an illustration bachelor's degree, which is not gonna help me whatsoever. But I still did it. I sent my portfolio, and it's funny because I made a portfolio during a time in which I barely drew anything. So most of my work is coming from animations, which I did last year, and some from 2024, and old drawings, like 2024, 2023 ish, which is kind of crazy if I'm being honest. It is kind of crazy that I really put this inside in it. So yeah, I'm not even sure where I'm going to be headed, if I'm going to be taken in, especially considering how selective this illustration degree is at the school that I'm going to head to, because apparently there are like 6 spots, and I went there because there was an open day, and I was there thinking that it was some kind of spot, like a hub or something, or where you could put your work, like where they put their work, which they did. I didn't realize it was actually their working space, and it was like two blocks of tables, really really small. plus they had to share their space with the graphic designs too. So it goes to show how much importance they have in this school. But I still gave in. I still did it, especially because my father kept bothering me. But whatever. Yeah, drawing to me right now. I'm trying to find pleasure in drawing again. It's really complicated what I'm doing, and that's why I'm trying to do my best to have as much enjoyment as possible, to find the freedom that I should, I just simply deserve in expressing, not letting things influence me, especially things like social media. Like it's like every time I hop on Twitter, I don't know why I do this to myself, but I hop on Twitter, and people are so insanely irrational, or just so nonsensical about anything. I see people complaining about playing games in 30 FPS. Oh, it's kind of loud. Whatever. I see people complaining about playing games in 30 FPS. Like they are so nitpicky, and for what? I don't get it. It's so stupid. The third season of Jujutsu Kaisen is out, and I wait every week to watch it. I watched the last episode yesterday, and it was pretty nice. Well, I wish we had more, but I guess that's what comes with watching just weekly animes. Or whatever. So it was nice, and one episode that I want to particularly talk about was the Maki episode with Naoya and stuff. And I swear, people really thought they were like animation experts all of a sudden. They knew everything about directing an episode, wanting the episode to be 1-to-1, like the manga. And it's like, wow, you guys really don't know what you're talking about. Like, I get having opinions, because there were some scenes where I thought, yeah, maybe this shouldn't have been this quick. Maybe it should have been a bit slower, or maybe a bit faster. But for the most part, it was phenomenal. The director Gosso, he took approaches that it was insane. Just the episode altogether. Like he took artistic liberties in this episode that I would have never imagined whatsoever in my mind. And it was just crazy. You have people who've never picked up a pencil telling him he did a terrible job. Like this is this is like a low. Can you call this a low hanging fruit? I'm not sure, but at some point I'm just thinking, yo, these Jujutsu Kaisen fans, they low-key deserve the One Punch Man treatment, because there's no way you can be this. You get spoiled with so much beautiful animation, though so many industry veterans that are known for making the best animations in anime, and you just say, yeah, nah, this sucks, because apparently you know better than the rest, and because it didn't look like how it looked in the manga that you read through TikTok, by the way. Like, what the hell? And it's gonna be even worse when the Sukuna and Gojo fight happens. They will nitpick every single part of it. Man, it's gonna be awful, man. I was already bothered by the fact that Kirara, the trans character in includes guys, and I hate that I had to specify who she was by saying that she was trans. But since I'm talking about, well, it's important because I was already bothered by it, by that subject, because I knew people would be so annoying about her, and I hated like this whole trans discourse. People just getting mad about the most stupidest stuff, like that just doesn't change anything in your life. And this is all Twitter discourse. It's all stupid. So just to go back, it's like, why am I even listening to any of these people when it comes to this stuff? If I just want to post something, then I'm posting it. I should give it as much importance as I give importance to Threads, which is none, because it's Threads. Ain't shit happening on Threads, but it's nice actually. I like posting on Threads actually. It's well, the algorithm is so bizarre. It's really random. Like it's bizarre. People are kind of cringe on there. I don't want to hate on them too much, but it's a bit strange on it. A lot of millennials too. At least it's not like Blue Sky. But I don't know. Something about posting there is nice. I did talk to some people on that app. Didn't really like it, and then I guess ghosted them, which is fucked up, and I should stop doing that. But yeah, I should just give it as much importance. I should give Twitter as much importance as I give Threads, because taking social media platforms this seriously, I think, is kind of embarrassing. That reminds me of a guy at my school. I don't really follow him on Instagram, but I found out through other people who followed him on Instagram that he just doesn't follow other people back. And I've been thinking about this particular subject because it's like, okay, at the end it's social media though. It's not as serious. Like overall, it's not as serious because on his end, it's like all you had to press is one button. Stop trying to act Hollywood, you know. It's kind of embarrassing. At the same time, when somebody doesn't follow you back, it shouldn't bother you as much. Honestly, it shouldn't shatter your ego or anything. It's just, I don't know, just somebody who didn't follow you back. Still see them every day. What does that change? It's like it's basically this whole Facebook story interlude. Like it's pretty much the Facebook story interlude from Blonde. This whole accept me on Facebook, and with this girlfriend that thought that he cheated on her and she broke up with him, all because of Facebook, like the stupid stuff. Basically the same thing. I don't know why I talked about this, but I think it was important to point that out. But going forward, I'm really aiming to make a project where you could see a lot of inspirations. There was one animation that I made for not Sakuga test, for actually drawing. No, what was it again? Oh yeah, actually learning how to animate Volume 2. And there was an animation, a very, very subtle animation that I made from the Hunter x Hunter 1999 cut of Gon versus Hanzo. And there was a cut where Gon gets his, I think it's, oh yeah, he gets like dizzy because he got his, did he get an uppercut or what? I think he got a strike on his neck. I'm not sure anymore. But he tried getting up, trying to get his senses again, and every time he got his head shaking, which really debalanced him. And at some point there was a cut where it was a really interesting, like, fish-eye-esque cut where he tried to readjust himself, and Hanzo kind of gets up and stuff. It was really subtle. I didn't even I just redrew the whole, reanimate the whole scene. Not even with the whole, like you, god damn it. Fuck. I reanimated that scene, not even using all the frames. I only animated the keyframes, and somebody in the comments still figured out where it came from, and I was like, oh my god, bro, you have a keen eye. That's insane. And I didn't get attacked for it. I think it also comes down to confidence, and I feel like when it comes to how I've grown over the past year, especially this year, this semester, I have done some progress, bro. Some progress, really. Like at the time where I did nothing but animation, it was the only thing that gave me confidence to an extent. At the same time, I wasn't confident in what I was confident in. Kind of makes zero sense the way I say it. Whatever I just said, but it's like, how do I explain this? It's like the Blackpool people. That's the best explanation I can have, that I have on my mind right now. It's like those people who are rotten to the core. Their personalities are like completely disgusting, have no morals, and they think the only reason why they can't get any attention from girls, and girls exclusively, because romantic relationships are like the only thing that are important in their lives, apparently. The only reason, well, this is quiet. The only reason they don't get play is because they hey, what's going on? God damn it. Yeah, the only reason. The only reason because they don't get any girls. Sorry for repeating the sentence. Again, the only reason they don't get any girls is because they are chopped. They're ugly. That's the only explanation. So instead of improving themselves as people, I don't know what's going on. Something is bugging right now. Oh, let me just save. I can't save. Okay. Wow. Even on my other screen, it's bugging out. Let me just yap for a bit. Yeah. So instead of actually improving what's wrong with them, mentally speaking, I mean, yeah, you can go to therapy and stuff, but a lot of work also goes through self-reflection and action. The action that you execute upon your self-reflection. Instead of doing all that, they just put layers and layers and layers of patches, like wound patches, that are supposed to be the thing that that are supposedly supposed to fix them. Like, yeah, they do this whole delusional looksmacks and stuff. They go to the gym for one particular purpose, which is to look good, to have a better physique. Well, no, it's only to look good. Fuck the physique, it's just to look good. And once all that's done, there's nothing else that they have afterwards, because they're still assholes. You can only look so good, because if you look too good, you're gonna look ugly. If that makes sense. So what's the point? There's no point, because there's still something you have to strive for, which is your personality and whatnot. And I think that's so. For concerning that, I think it's funny it almost feels satirical. It almost feels like the people trying to be trying to depict themselves as such. It's like they're like a living satire. That's how unserious. That's how much seriousness I put into them. And at the same time, it's really tragic, because depending on the circumstances and how they have been influenced and how they have handled rejection, how they grew up to regulate their emotions and whatnot, it's really circumstantial, and it's unfortunate that there are so way too many people who just simply live this way, who have this singular way of living. So they live in this weird kind of, it's like a tragedy, because they never figure out what's actually wrong with them, and they think that what they do and whatever other people say is just a complete lie, the code and this and that, the same stuff, the same old stuff. Is it actually done? I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. But yeah. I'm not even sure what I did. Nothing is working. I'm trying to press Alt. Nothing is changing. Hold on. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Oh, okay. And yeah, I mean, in order to do, I sidetrack so much, but this is essentially what, like, taking this concept of putting patches in order to appear confident is sort of what I perceive, what I as low-key did back in 2024, which was to just, I don't know, like, I had endeavors to go. It was my first year at Decal. Fuck. I might delete this VOD. Or should I keep it? Fuck, whatever. Oh man. Okay. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, this whole patching stuff, blah blah blah. It was my first year at my art school, and I liked the confidence. That's the thing. There were a lot of stuff that I was pretty insecure about. Like the whole, no, you don't know, but things that I can do now, which I won't mention. It's essentially just it's essentially just all about confidence. And I'm not sure where I'm going with this. I guess all I had was my drawing tablet. All I had was my animations. All I had was my audience. All I had was what I was looking forward to animating. My projects, my videos, my brand deals, and such and such. And it didn't go far because of school stuff. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about what went wrong. I want to talk about the underlying thing. Why am I talking about this? See, I get so lost sometimes. Oh man, I really have to get better at talking. Really, it's really bad, because sometimes I right now, I'll get to it later, but right now I'm trying to talk in a slower and conciser way, because I tend to talk very quickly, and instead of doing pauses, I keep saying or filler words. I'm trying to avoid that. It's gonna take a bit, but I think I'll get better at it. It does work whenever I talk to people. That's not so bad. But I can do better. I will get better. I'm not trying to put insane expectations on me, but But yeah. Yeah, I lack confidence to progress the way I want to become. So I feel like instead of this year in particular, this semester, instead of trying to focus on all my animation stuff, it feels more so like I spent a lot of time cultivating my social skills. They're not the best. I still struggle a lot, but I've done so well. We're really just going back to the beginning, but I did so much progress. It's pretty unimaginable, pretty shocking, actually. I can talk to people. People give me nicknames, charming names, not bully nicknames. Actually, they do bully me, but I won't say why. It's a joke, by the way. It is a joke, please. They don't bully me. No. Fuck. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just hanging with people, having a great time, even when I feel insecure in them, and I have the feeling that I'm not gonna have anything interesting to say. I still talk, and there are moments where I just say shit, and things just conversations just instantly flop, or I get nervous and I don't have much to say, and I still do it. I do, even if I mess up. And it's interesting because I've come to a point where I embrace my imperfections in talking to people. One of the most intimate things. Yeah, I embrace my imperfections in this particular aspect as somebody who has had social anxiety for his majority of his life. Um, yeah, as somebody who struggles a lot with this, I display way more humility and imperfection through my imperfection and my struggles than in my own art, in my own animations. That's how far I've become. So it's nearly as if my drawings have my I guess my social life has replaced, even for, like my social life isn't even that wild. I only have like a small friend group and my classmates, which I like very much, of course. But it's not something extravagant where I go like where I see like 15 people a day and everyone knows each other and we do like I don't know, go bowling every evening or some shit. Um, but still, I need to stop doing tangents. I really need to stop doing tangents. Um, God, what did I want to say again? Jesus Christ. I'm kind of tired. Oh yeah, right. I have a timer. I forgot. I have this timer thing that I downloaded a couple months ago. I think it's what? Hold on. God, what is it? Oh, hold on. Okay, it's not working, and I can't drag it. Okay. God damn it. I'm getting tired. Probably won't stream for long, but it's okay. I hope the audio is really good. I really hope the audio is good. I'm trying to. Why? I can't do anything right now. What's going on? Oh, jeez. OBS. What Okay, so I've come to a point where, yeah, I have to I have come to a point where I have to prioritize balancing my life. Because shit's about to get a bit real. I won't say how, but it requires me. This is going to my last one, but it requires me to be disciplined and to work for things proactively. And I just have to persevere one way or another. What's good is, how do I explain this? Well, one thing that I'm prioritizing is to show up. The concept of showing up, to be present, to be there, to do something. Reflection of do to live again. There was a time, I had my exams, and I always came home a bit late and tired, so I didn't draw for a week. And then the week passed, and I didn't have much to do, but I still didn't draw. And then time passed, and it had been like 10 days since I hadn't drawn anything. And I just thought, okay, I really have to lock in. I made a drawing, didn't draw for the second day, and I did a drawing I didn't do for the other day, and it kept on going. And then I rethought, okay, I really have to make something. If I don't make something, I won't enjoy it. By that I mean actively. And it doesn't need to be perfect. This is something that I have to repeat myself constantly. I don't need to make something perfect. And people on social media are pieces of shit. Why would I listen to pieces of shit? They don't know anything about drawing. And even for the people who know about drawing, who know stuff about animation, and still bash me, that says more about them than me. Because why would I listen to some tryhards who probably don't animate as well as me? And even if they did, it still doesn't matter. You're still an asshole, you know? I hate perfection. I hate this. I hate this perception of perfection. Jesus. I hate this perception of perfection because it's so toxic. It's so annoying. And it's one thing to grow up with this mindset to be better than anyone else, to have this overly high expectation, but also having this in my own passion is wild. And that explains why that explains why I don't even draw I didn't even used to draw every day. It was really just occasionally, and why I have just a few posts on Instagram. What? Hold on. I might have like 100 posts. I'm not sure, but that's in the course of 4 years, roughly 3 to 4 years. But even in between those years, I didn't make much at all. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at this. I think I should stop trying to take social media that seriously. Because what's going to win in the end is the authenticity that you're going to display on it, you know. This is what's going to help me. And maybe I'm misconstruing something, or I'm making something up in my head, but I used to. I might have gotten comments of people who told me that my animations were really fun looking and that it always looked like I had a lot of fun making them, which is right. I had a lot of fun making them. Didn't know where I wanted to go with this. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was like it's it's interesting. When it came to drawing, I always wanted to make sure that my drawing was really flawless, no matter how many hours I put on it. Which is on one hand a good thing and also a really bad thing, which is the concept of perfectionism. Because at the end it looks great, but the cost of that is like months of burnout. Yet when I started animation, I was there every time, and even then I wasn't even that. Sometimes I wasn't even really satisfied with my animations. Yet I still showed up. I still posted the bad animations. There was one animation running. I think it was my first walking animation, and I didn't like it at all. I didn't like it whatsoever. And I did get better eventually, but I still posted it. Because guess what? I still had fun making it. Even if it looked bad. And I got better at it. It's like it didn't even matter. Because I forgot how much I didn't like it at that moment. And I think that's what people saw in my animations. It was fun and it looked accessible. Not sure if I should do this. Was it 23? Yeah. My animations looked kinda accessible. That's why probably so many people got inspired by actually learning how to animate by this whole series. Got 3D spaces, not for the weak. I just remembered last evening I listened to the Earthbound soundtrack, and it was a reaction by the music. What's his name? His name is Dan apparently, but he's like a music teacher, and he tends to listen to video game music. He did a reaction of the Undertale soundtrack, which went kind of viral, and I was listening to the Earthbound soundtrack, and it was so random. In the stream, I was just looking. I randomly opened the live chat because it was an old live chat, and I opened it out of curiosity of the reaction of the people. And I opened it, and I just saw it like a mutual of mine. I was like, wait, do I know? Yeah, I know him. And I was like, what the fuck? So I took a screenshot. Maybe one day I'm just gonna post it randomly. I'm gonna tag him on one of my accounts, on my animation account on Twitter. However, I'm not sure if he's even my mutual to begin with. Maybe he is, but I don't know. But we'll see. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna stop here for this drawing, at least. Let me just hold on. Let me go. Oh, I can't change scenes. Are you serious? Oh my god! For some reason, I can't click on anything on my other desktop. Everything is like blocked. Is it because of the focus thing? Like nothing is working. So strange. Oh, okay, nice. Hold on, let me do my thing. So, I think I was about to say something I don't remember, as always. My short-term memory is horrendous, but when it comes to my, I guess, long-term memories, it's working really good. I don't get why, because at my school I did like a project. I did basically a yearbook, and through looking up all the names of all the people, I just managed to remember every single person, and it's like 80, nearly 90 people. I think it's like 87 or 88 people. Yeah, we're 89, and not including me. I somehow managed to remember the names of 88 people. Yet I can't remember what I just wanted to talk about. But yeah. Ooh. Hold on. I'm just trying to save my file so I can post it on Threads. Oh, wrong one. Not sure what I'll be good doing. I thought about watching a movie. Obviously not on stream, but you know. God damn it, I forgot. Hold on. I keep forgetting to do that. I also forgot the date, which I always forget to do as well. Today is the 7th? It's the 7th. No. Wanted to be quirky, but didn't work. Maybe a bit smaller. Oh yeah, I don't like the placement, but it's actually wrong. Okay. Also the border. Well, the thing is, when you export a PNG file from an animation file, and you see these borders, but you can't actually see them. What I used to do when I animated is that I took the white space right here. Well, I went to the settings. I made the canvas big enough to include the white space, and then I added like a rectangle that perfectly sat on this rectangle. And what I do now with the PNG, since I'm doing drawings, what I do is I make the border myself. So I make it like small enough, and I just draw it like this. And it looks pretty nice. I do it for almost every one of my drawings. Or pretty much every drawing, I don't know. But yeah. And also it looks pretty imperfect most of the time. But I don't want it to look too imperfect, so I tend to Control Y it. I tend to undo it. Okay. I really hope my mic is not too quiet. But I can't even. I'm trying to remember when I streamed. The last time I streamed, did I have my mic? And it's so sad because since I streamed on Twitch. Since I streamed on Twitch, I don't have access to the VOD anymore. Obviously, I didn't record it because I'm not a psychopath. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, I can't verify whether it was quiet right or not. Oops. But it's okay. Else I should take my time. It's better taking your time doing something than taking your time doing nothing. I have to repeat myself that those kinds of sentences in my head over and over. Okay. Fuck. No, that was actually pretty close. Hold on. I'm the worst streamer. God damn it. I was about to not incriminate, but I was about to completely sabotage myself by leaking like my name. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I think we good. In it. Yeah, let me post my team. Hold on. I think there was still something that I wanted to talk about. Seeing I'm on Threads right now. The first post I see is, wieso bin ich immer noch schüchtern? Ich bin fucking erwachsen, man. Why am I? It's basically saying, which they're basically saying, why am I still shy? I'm a fucking grown up, man. Yeah, I get it. But this is something that I find so strange on Threads. There are so many people venting on there, which I did too, but with a temporary post. No, that's not true. I also vented another way. But yeah. Instead of posting, I'm just scrolling. I kind of like my feed on Threads, but at the same time I don't like Threads because I keep seeing a bunch of 3DSs and stuff, and I love it. I really love it. But man, these people are boring, bro. I'm sorry, but sometimes it's kind of. It's like, oh my god, they are so particular. They are millennials. Voila. No fault. Whatever. I think I'm just gonna post. Hold on. I'm just gonna post this. I usually type quicker. I type this with one hand. Don't get me wrong. Aura farming a little. Blah blah blah. I like this one actually. And I went into it thinking it was uninspired and kind of sucked, but look what I did. I enjoyed it. The end result is, pretty simple actually. Looks kind of conceptual and like wireframes. And I have no issue with it because I liked enjoying. I enjoyed drawing and yapping. It's kind of my bread and butter. But I don't have anybody to draw and yap with. Maybe at school. I did draw and yap with somebody at school on Thursday. But it needs to be like consistently. It needs to be with somebody who I can actually understand, who I can talk to like all the time, which I don't feel embarrassed to talk with, which who understands me, who I can understand as well, and who I can genuinely be myself with. Even though I should be myself whenever I want, but since it's not easy to be yourself all the time, I think it's something that inspires. Oh, I love the word inspire. Inspiration. I think as somebody's still struggling, it's always best to take small steps. And I'm trying to talk to anybody, you know. But when I really, really want to feel comfortable, I think that's when I need this sort of company, which I kind of do have, but only at school, you know. Like I want people to care, like care about what I say. I think that's a justified need, right? I think anybody wants to be cared about, but sometimes some people just don't really have those kinds of connections, so they can't really have. Well, some people just aren't really compatible. I'm trying to say. So I guess it is what it is. Yeah, let me post this. Okay. You can't buy anything new from the 3DS eShop since Nintendo closed those servers a couple of years ago, which is messed up. But I can re-download all of my purchased games. You can? Can do that? Well, not that I have ever bought anything from a 3DS, considering I've never had a 3DS. But I'm surprised. Crazy. Okay. Oh my god. Being into hearts is a red flag. Facts. Nice. I had something to say, but I just kept it to myself. Nintendo 3DS XL. Is he trying to say? Yeah, he's trying to sell it. Sexy. Nice. No, I don't. I used to be the type of guy who. Okay, wait, what is he doing? Whatever. Okay, this is not the best example, but I used to be the kind of person who didn't really care about people recording other people in public until I just really, really thought about it. Which is kind of stupid because it's a given that you shouldn't do that. It's pretty messed up to get posted as well. But I really thought about it, and then I just thought, yo, this is insane. Like, like you might get caught off guard having the worst fit imaginable at a supermarket, and some guy just does some weird prank on you, or I don't know, just does weird stuff. And the moment you say, yo, okay, even if you did something nice to me, or I was cool in the video, I never asked to be recorded. You never gave me the permission to record you. You never asked me on the spot if you could record this interaction, and let alone post me. And then you just see yourself on Instagram randomly. Imagine, that's so scary to think about. It's even scarier because now you have these meta glasses, those glasses that record your point of view, and it's wild. I think it's crazy. And people still trip. Because you could pull up in the comments saying, yo, I didn't want to get, like, I liked, like, the video's kind of funny, but I didn't want to get posted, bro. They didn't even let me know. And niggas will jump you. What the hell? But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna scroll for a bit because I have nothing else to do. Oh. Wait, what? You want me to lie about Michael Jackson to satisfy your sick scenario, but the truth is he never harmed me or any other child on that farm? You want me to lie about Michael Jackson? Oh yeah, okay. I mean, it was still on the file, so I prefer curation to be in moderation. Okay. I guess. Nice drawing. Ooh, this is interesting. Very interesting. I'm stealing this. This is like scrapbook type of stuff. I like this too. Interesting. Well, turning 20 still a single made me realize that being alone is fine, not until it becomes lonely. Embarrassing. Sorry. Wait. I don't understand the whole subscription thing on Instagram. Like, who the hell would ever subscribe to someone's stuff? This is stupid. Oh wow. Crazy take. Yeah, it's kinda. Oh, sorry, bro. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why did I do that? Yeah, it's kinda. What the hell? It's kinda. No, actually, I do that. Don't tell people what to do. Um, I don't know. There's something about the Threads algorithm that is kind of wholesome in a way, and I think that's kind of funny. I kind of like it, but at the same time, it feels bare bones. But you know what? At least we don't have oh. You know what though? At least we don't have ads. So yeah. Okay. I'm just doom scrolling. Wait, what? Kids these days will never understand. Ah, funny. Okay. God damn it. I love these Humaniki videos. They are so peaceful. Really peaceful. They might come off as a bit depressing, I'm not sure. Oh, God, I hate the full screen mode on this. It's so I kind of like Arc browser. I like the ergonomy in this. It feels really satisfying to use. It's like a precursor for Linux or whatever. But man, there are some nitpicks, bro. And I know it can get better, but it can get better than this. But man, they gotta fix this. Especially they're doing this thing where they're putting more priorities and privileges to a different operating system. In this case, for Arc browser, they are prioritizing the Mac OS, and it's so annoying because there are some button combinations that I can't do simply because they don't care about Windows. I won't even get into the whole Linux, whatever, the whole Linux and Windows stuff because I'm starting to hate Windows, but at the same time you can't do anything on Linux, and I'm telling you right now, I am not using GIMP, and I'm still at school, so I just still need my Adobe programs, unfortunately. But yeah, okay, I'll end with one thing that I want to talk about. I think I said enough about animation, drawing, school, social skills, different tangents, all that stuff. But one thing I want to end with is the act of simply talking. there's a YouTuber. Her name is, I think it's Han Ying. Hold on, I'll show you her YouTube channel. Well, you'll be seeing my feed, but I don't care. Whatever. To get a glimpse of what I watch and stuff. Ugh. Damn, I wonder who that is. There's a YouTuber. Her name is Yang. Is it Yang Han Ying? It's like yeah, it's somewhat of a, oh, there she is. Yeah, Yang Hai Ying. And it seems she's like a Chinese lady speaking English. It's not broken English, but you know, she has like an accent and speaks and stuff. And man, I watched one video that appeared on my algorithm, and it's a video that I didn't want to watch because sometimes there are like videos where people just talk and talk and talk, and it's like kind of pretentious, and I can't really take it seriously, blah blah. But at some point, I just kind of cracked, and I just said, "Yo, just let me just watch this video." So I kept it in my watch later list. And one morning, while I was getting ready, was it in the during the morning? I'm not sure, but let's say it was during the morning. I pulled up one of her videos, and I watched it. It was called, it's probably one of her most popular videos. It was called, yeah, "This Too Shall Pass." Let me tell you something. Back then, the phrase that this has nothing to do with talking about, I'll just include this anyway. At some point, it took me a lot of time to understand what this sentence even meant. "This too shall pass." I thought about like passes, like tickets or something, and it's like I didn't understand. I simply didn't understand what it meant. It took me some time, probably from a video, from a podcast or whatever, to realize, oh, this particular moment, this moment right here, the moment that I'm talking, where I'm talking about my frustrations about drawing and the things I'm trying to fix, things that I'm proud of, this particular moment, this sequence, this scene, this shot, this cut, this moment right now will pass. It will never happen again. I'm talking about this moment specifically. I will talk multiple times, but I won't say the exact same things that I said. I mean, word by word. This moment right now will disappear in time. What I just said passed. This too shall pass. And I might be a dumbass trying to say this as if it's like some insane kind of revelation and some new age philosopher or something, but when I learned about the sentence, I didn't think much about it. It's like the most obviously dumbass kind of sentence, you know. But when I watched this video, when I watched "This Too Shall Pass," plus the videos from 5 years ago, that's so crazy that it got recommended only now. I think her whole account's pretty interesting. I didn't check everything, but this really is just some elderly Chinese lady. It's so cute. Plus she speaks French, and she speaks French well. And I really want to know why. But yeah. When I watched her video, she took her time talking. Like her part, oh man. Like I'm glazing this right now. Like it's some new air fryer or something that has like some insane functionality, like some AI bot that can generate like food for you, and it's like quality store meet or whatever the fuck, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't even use AI, whatever. The thing is, she took bro, I'm such a bad talk, whatever. She took so much time between her sentences, those little breaks. There was no a single and that she's my inspiration right now when it comes to speaking, because when people say there are always those seminars where people go, yeah, this is how you talk with by articulating and by avoiding filler words and long breaks and 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 stuff. Well, what they don't tell you is that you can take as much time as possible during your sentences, and people, no, fuck people. It just feels right because you're giving yourself the freedom to say whatever you want in the way however you want. And when I watched that video, when she talked, it was so peaceful. It was really beautiful. Just like her whole demeanor. It's like, wow, this lady is like, from off of one video, I was like, bro, this lady is beautiful. It's like she is incarnating peace within herself. It's like, yeah, it's like she's living the peace within herself, and it's like, and man, I mean, just off of the way she spoke alone, it's like it was nearly comforting. She articulated every word she said, even with some grammatical errors she did and all that stuff. Not that it bothers me anytime, but when people make English mistakes, but which I do as well, which I probably don't even notice, but it was beautiful. It was really beautiful, especially with the topic at hand. I don't think I even remember what she said again. I don't remember anything. Well, I don't remember much. I think it was just the main point, this too shall pass. She did give an example. So what I understood is that she has like Skillshare classes. Shout out Skillshare. She has like people that she's doing calls with or something like that. And at some point she had an issue with her computer, so she was struggling to get it fixed and stuff. And instead of lamenting about her potential loss of instead of lamenting of the potential loss of her computer and struggling to get on time to her seminar and all that stuff, this too shall pass. She'll get over it. And crazy enough, at that point, she had to do what she had to do. She had her errands done, and when she while she avoided lamenting, it turned out that her computer was doing fine, and she got to join the call. So not only was her problem fixed, but she also didn't have a moment of constantly feeling like she did. How do I explain this? She didn't have a moment of having those negative thoughts, the stress take her over. And it's a small and a simple example, but this too shall pass. Like, I think the way she just put it into perspective, and the way she talked about it, it was so convincing and so calming that, man, this too shall pass. I like it. I don't know. It's just something that really fascinated me. And going back to talking intentionally, this is something that I should write down too, but I want to talk about it right now. And considering the fact that we live in a world right now where everything is going so fast digitally, um, through school and blah blah blah, through so many different avenues, everything is going so fast, everything is so ephemeral that it's getting harder to adapt to it. In my case, especially, it's nearly as if every action that we do in our lives has to be quick. Everything has to be quick and in a good quality. So, as somebody like me who tends to stutter a lot and has, I guess, brain fog and constantly forgets what he wants to talk about and has a hard time articulating, if when I speak quick, I nobody will understand me. Especially when I get sometimes when I get nervous. I remember one time I had to want to ask something to like two girls. I spoke so quickly and I didn't even understand what I said, and one of them just went, "What?" Simple as. It wasn't embarrassing, but you know, it wasn't the point where I realized that I should talk slowly, but it was just one example where I just didn't talk in a very coherent way because I had this mindset that I still had to talk, that I had to talk so quickly. I think the first time or one time I really expressed it was with one friend. I was at the supermarket and I sent her a WhatsApp audio. Oh yeah, also especially in English, I should articulate better and talk slower, because whenever I articulate, oh no, whenever I speak very quickly, it's like I have a German accent. I have a German accent. It's like, yeah, it's like I don't know how to pronounce my words in English, even though I know, except that my mouth, my expressions, the way I express myself can't compete with how quickly I'm trying to talk. So there's this imbalance. So I'm saying things quickly without the accent, without the proper expression. But whatever. I remember the one time I went over this at a grocery store, and I sent an audio to a friend, and she has, yo, um, she sent me, yeah, one time she sent me like an audio, and while I did understand everything she said, I just sent her an audio back saying, yo, girl, you talk so quickly. And it wasn't like a jab at her or anything. And I thought it was so crazy because she just says, like, she's just barraging words. The thing is, whenever you're like in an environment in which you talk, in which people talk a particular way, you tend to automatically emulate the way they talk in order to keep the dynamic going between one another. So automatically I'm trying to talk as quick as the other person. But at that particular instance, I was like, oh my god, okay, she talks really quick. So I told her, and I told her as well that I need to be a bit more mindful about the way I talk, because I have this issue of talking really quickly but not getting my words right, and I keep stuttering and whatnot. And it was pretty funny to her because she told me that back then when she was little, teachers told her that she talked too quickly, which in consequence, well, which is my issue right now, which is that she talked very quickly, but nobody understood what she actually was trying to say. So yeah, it's just pretty funny. But yeah, Han, what's her name again? Sorry, Yang Hai. Yeah, okay, Yang Hai Ying. Okay, yeah, Yang Hai Ying. This lady, man. I love, like, inspiration is could be anywhere. She's definitely my main inspiration. I need to find more people who talk really, like, slowly and with intention, and the way she speaks. Hold on, you know what? Let me show you an example. Stupid music. Sorry, this is just an example. I'm not trying to plagiarize you or whatever. Think just in the middle of a sentence, just to give an example.
To the direction it needs to go. Every good thing you have done will pay you back. Every bad thing you have done, you need to pay in the future. I do not make judgment.
I hope this is loud enough. I'm not going on OBS because I'm kind of lazy right now. I don't want you to see my files and whatever.
Heaven will make the judgment. And heaven will put things fair and square and even and flat.
Are you hearing this? Okay, there's one thing though. I watched a video today of her, and near the end of the video, it was a video about breakups. At the end of the video, she just suddenly started speaking in Chinese. Is it Mandarin? I'll just say Chinese, sorry. And she talked way more fluently and quicker, not extremely quick like Chinese people do, but she talked way quicker. And that's probably because, God, she looks so sweet. My fault. Fuck. I keep forgetting what I want to say. It's so insane. God damn it. I forgot. God damn it. Oh yeah, she made a video about breakups. She spoke very quickly in Chinese, and this is what inspires me even more. She speaks English. This is not her language. Well, there's probably like a third language since she also speaks French, and even in French she spoke really fluently and really, like, correctly, and it was wild. I don't know why I think that's wild. I also speak 3 languages, but it was pretty surprising. Just like, yeah, it was pretty surprising while I was watching the video. But what inspires me is that, considering that English is not her first language, and it's not a language she is not, like, native speaker level, like, she takes her time, man. Like, there was not a single whatsoever. Not a not a not a She just took her time. She looked at the ceiling. She didn't even stutter. She just talked what she had to say. She took her time to form her sentences before saying them instead of spewing nonsense. She said what she had to say at her own pace, and whether it's intentional or not, but the way she just expresses herself, the way her voice sounds, this is so ASMR. This is the most ASMR voice I've ever heard, even if it's unintentional. But yeah, this is the most unintentionally ASMR voice I've ever heard. Whether it's intentional or not, the fact that she takes her time like this just complements it even more. Like, it's so soothing. It's like really relaxing. Like, you only want to say, you only want to listen to what she has to say for 17 minutes. And her video could have been way shorter, actually. Way shorter, maybe like 10 minutes, or even less. It's just the time she takes in between that makes the video so long. She could have posted the entire video in Chinese and could have talked in Chinese the whole time and could have posted it and had the video in like 8 minutes or something. It's just that she decides, oh, apparently she lives in LA. I don't know. But yeah, she just speaks in English. It's her best language. Took her time. Spoke at her own pace. And she has this mindfulness, this wisdomness. Like man, it's like you look at somebody, it's like, man, I know you are a good person. I'm on the internet. You may never know. This is just what I'm perceiving, because you never know. You have you still have people who preach about being good people, whatever, and actually do good stuff, who are talented, and you end up finding out they did some weird stuff with somebody, and God forbid it's a child, and then it's like, God damn it, and it just completely wipes out all the good things that they have done, and it's like, wow, I can't support you anymore. But in this case, let me just be ignorant, okay? Because I don't know. I mean, she seems sweet. I shouldn't get all parasocial, but I just like the way she talks. That's an inspiration. And this is probably something I've been lacking for a good while. I need to find more inspiration like her. I suppose elderly people usually also take a lot of time, that they take their own time speaking their mind. Oh, I feel like I keep repeating myself. There's something I want to add more, but I don't know what it is. There's something so nice. I think what I'm feeling when I'm watching her videos, like this too shall pass. It's just like, it's amazing. I just don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain what I feel watching this, but it feels incredibly peaceful. And I remember when I watched it that one morning, and I was ready to go to school. I was at such I felt like nice. I was thinking to myself, man, this day is gonna be like, I'm gonna feel relaxed all day. It was such a good video. I'm glazing, but I don't know. There's not a lot of videos on YouTube that make me feel that inspire me in particular ways. But yeah, wish I could say more. Oh, listens to Mario 64. Mario Kart 64. Am I going to listen to it right now? Hell no. But yeah, I think that's all. I don't have much to say anymore. I'll probably write about this in my notebook. Am I going to watch a movie? What time is it? It is, for Americans, it's 8:36. Am I going to watch a movie? Hell no. Bit too late. I'm not concentrated, and I want to play Final Fantasy. And I should make something to eat, probably. But yeah. I think that's all. Okay. It's been a minute. I hope making streams is going to motivate me to be more productive, so I should try doing more. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you.
Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye.
Goddammit. Warte, was? Ich kann die Verbindung nicht wiederherstellen. Der Stream wird gestoppt und sie werden nicht länger laufen. Ja, ja, klar.